Welcome to our third section on giving a lesson, and this particular tutorial will be on how to again use a Fibonacci correction tool and also to properly implement an extension tool. And if you do not have a charting software package that offers these tools, coming up with the CDs that accompanying the book is going to be instrumental in being able to determine hidden support resistance with the Fibonacci calculator, as well as the pivot point calculator. Now, in this calculation, we're going to take the last from this low to this high. The lowest low, or the last correction point, was this low. So let's draw a Fibonacci correction tool, taking our tool and extending it up. All right. Now, we have a low, we have a high, and you can see that we have a 50% correction and that the market's holding this 181.37 level. Now let me draw this tool over here just a little bit more so that you can see this. See how that market intersects. Now, what is this green line that we see here? What I've taken the liberty to do is I've taken the liberties to also throw up the support using pivot points so that you can see this. It is the S1. That is the highlighted green. We'll change that just for the purposes of today's in this presentation here. All right. Now, as you can see here, we have a pivot support, a weekly support that's also corresponding with a Fibonacci 50% correction. Now, this could be a very lucrative situation. We want to see that the market, number one, looking at our traditional chart patterns, we've seen a breakout of this whole area in here, right? Notice this, that the market, just looking at the chart patterns here, we've seen the market that it formed this beautiful double bottom. It took off and the market's come back. Hasn't quite exactly tested the low because it has gone from the low to the high and it's pulled back 50%. Now, if it's a buying opportunity, here's how Fibonacci extension tool will work for you. If we take this low, which is calibrated at 172.47, and this is based on 4/7 of 06. That's the week ending 4/7/06. And as you can see here, we are looking at a weekly chart. Now, so if we take our low, lowest low point, a week ending 4/7/06, we take it to our high, which is 190.26. This is the week ending on May 19th of 2006. We have a low, or a pullback, or correction at 180.86. So those are our 3 points of interest that we want to plot on a piece of paper, and then we can use towards our Fibonacci extension calculator that it comes with this book. So let's take a Fibonacci tool, extension tool. We're going to use the software, Genesis, once again. We're going to plot our low. We're going to go back up here. We're going to plot our high. And then we're going to come down here. And we're going to plot our low. Now it was 618. So if you multiply the distance between A and B, if you take that distance, multiply it out by 618, add it to this low, we're going to see, and I'll zoom this up, we're going to see a potential profit objective right here. Now let me narrow this down. Otherwise, we could see a potential expansion up to this area right here. So let's go along and see, as we're using this tool, if it's effective at all in determining. Now notice here, our first test coming up and challenging this area is showing resistance at our Fibonacci extension tool, and the market backs off a bit. It pauses before resuming an uptrend, and it just goes in a sideways mode. So the Fibonacci 618 extension tool from A to B, looking at the correction, we see that the correction, not only did it respect a pivot point weekly support, it also respected a Fibonacci 50% support level. So we had corroborating evidence that that was a very strong support level down there at that 180.86 level. Using our Fibonacci tool, our extension, it won't give us when a market might get to a specific price. It will just show that there is a resistance and an extension of a Fibonacci relationship based on the ratio numbers, that there's resistance overhead. Now, as we go forward in time, we start to see that finally this market looks like it's going to break out of the resistance, and it does. So where, after we've seen the market break out of resistance, and let's draw that line in, and as we can see here, tremendous resistance level here on these highs. As we see the market break out of this consolidation sideways channel, what's our best or next opportunity or projection that we could see the market possibly attack? And it would be our Fibonacci extension 100% level. And so that would be an area that we would want to eye for a potential overbought condition or profit objective if you had taken a long position. And sure enough, notice that we have 198.65. Notice that our high 198.48. Notice that our charting capabilities, we've run out of time, and this is actually where we've ended up. So using Fibonacci, by using our tool, this is how you can be a little bit ahead of the crowd by using certain techniques and tools to not only give you price prediction, but also to give you objectives where the market may head. Again, we don't know if the market is going to get there in 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year. But once it does get to a potential area of Fibonacci, it's a great tool to use as a profit objective.